Thank you, Giant, for inviting me to speak at your town hall and also on an important topic of how to prepare our women for leadership roles. From my experience at Accenture, I just wanted to share a few words of advice on career development and some of the lessons that I have learned. The first lesson is on work-life balance. This is always a topic that comes up with women, and I always get a lot of questions on how do you balance your work life with your family life. What I learned a long time ago is learn how to say no. We say yes too many times before evaluating what the consequences are. If you need to leave the office for a child's school event, think about alternative solutions. I'm sure that deadline can be extended, or maybe there's a coworker that can do that task. The bottom line is don't feel bad about saying no. The second lesson is I believe there's one factor that has a very strong impact on career development, and that is having a strong, intentional network. Carefully select and be intentional about who you want to be in your network, who will help you achieve your career goals, and think about a level or two above you. Make sure they are willing to help you achieve your career goals and willing to open doors to opportunities, talk about obstacles, or give advice. Through these relationships with these power players, you really stay current, you get to know our informal leaders, and you often discover solutions to problems. The third lesson is celebrate your failures. We are not perfect, we make mistakes, and in addition to talking about your successes, you need to talk about your failures and what you learned from it. You learn just as much from doing things wrong as doing things right. And the final lesson is be present and be curious. This has two parts. Be present means if you're invited to a meeting, be present. Do not sit on the sidelines. Sit at the table and actively participate. You may be the only woman at the table, but that is okay because your thoughts are just as important. Second is ask questions, not just in these meetings, but outside of them too. Maybe you see things that can be improved to help our overall end-to-end process that you're working on. We don't get hired by our clients just to look at things within our box. We get hired to look at things outside of our box. These things matter, and it gets people excited and talking, and also leads to new ideas. The smartest thing you can ever do is constantly ask questions. I'll wrap up by saying I appreciate the work that your team is doing for a client each and every day. We have grown